Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new podcast available via YouTube, and it's good, and it's funny, and it involves a couple of guys laughing a lot with a lot of football equity, swapping stories like this one.
He always had a nice looking lady with him, way younger, like 30, 35. And when he would be upset or like be grumpy in the morning, Everson would be like, "Hey, Coach Tim, I know who didn't get no ass last night. You." And we'd be at pre-practice, everybody starts dying. And Zim would be like, hit a little smirk. And I was like, man, Everson's the only guy that can talk to him like that.
Only guy, and interrupt the whole meeting.
100%.
Just to say some funny stuff. You know what I mean?
He was the funniest team I ever had.
Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks in a podcast called Bent Out of Shape. It is Bent Out of Shape show via YouTube. Subscribe if you're so inclined. I already have. And you will not regret it because this thing just popped. They already got like 20,000 subscribers or something like that. And we're going to, 2,000 subscribers in a short amount of time. We're going to build this thing because it's going to be good. And we're going to start here with Anthony Barr, former linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings. A.B., it's Paul Allen. What you doing?
What's up, my boy? I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Now that I'm like one of a zillion people in the YouTube short covenant where like I don't have a YouTube channel, but I'll lay around and like watch YouTube shorts and things like that. And
sure,
I came across this thing the other day with you and EK, Eric Kendricks, Anthony's best friend, former teammate at UCLA, former teammates here with the Minnesota Vikings, talking about LeBron James and like the Sixers and who's going to take the last shot. And I'm like, what? Is this like how'd this happen? So then I went to the Bent Out of Shape page, and this is fledgling. It's very new. It's you guys, like I told you in the text message yesterday, if you guys stay consistent with this, not only are you going to have a lot of fun, but this thing has potential to be really, really good. What's the reason you and Eric Kendricks decided to start a podcast?
Yeah, well, thanks, PA. Thanks for checking us out. We are very new. This was something that I think we just had some spare time on our hands, and we were just like, he has a nice little garage. Eric's really into cars, and I would go over there and watch him fix cars every now and then. And we just started talking, like, what if we did like a little they did some small interviews here, and then turned into like let's like do something a little more formal. And while it's still pretty makeshift in terms of our setup, it was just a kind of a platform for us to discuss all things, football, pop culture, current events, and then some family matter stuff, having some guests on the show. So it was just a way to connect with a good friend, a teammate, and be able to broadcast some stories, some experiences, and kind of give our takes on just the football world and just life in general.
Bent Out of Shape, OUTTA. Bent Out of Shape is how you find it via YouTube. And once again, subscribe, not only if you're a Vikings fan, but these guys love each other. They have a lot of great stories, and they're naturally funny. And don't you, I could just tell with you, Anthony, you could be both of you could be on the soft-spoken side when you were playing here because you got so many things on your mind. You got to make sure people aren't trying to, steal secrets and stuff like that. So I understand that. But when you get to know, like you and Eric, let's say at those private parties we used to do a Continental Diamond, where where you would loosen up, and it was just it's a trustworthy covenant. You got nothing to worry about. Well, that's like those one-liners and stuff. That's kind of what I saw in these podcasts, and having fun. Without, like that Everson Griffin story that you shared with an elite impression you did of him. It's stuff like that don't you think people want to see behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I think, when you're playing, anything that you say almost feels like it gets used against you and like weaponized to an extent, especially with the media. And then I think Minnesota media was great in that, all the beat writers and reporters from my time, my experience, just a great group of individuals, both men and women. But you're still kind of guarded, when you're playing, and you don't want to like say something that could be a headline or used as ammo for another team. So you're careful with kind of what your words are, and that you don't really get to see the full personality of players. And there are some guys that are a little more outspoken, like an Everson Griffin, who, he's just going to be himself all the time. He has that tattoo 100% real. Like that's just who he is. What you see is what you get. But I think for guys like Eric and myself, while we are maybe soft-spoken in the media and in maybe out in public. I think when you get behind closed doors and you get to kind of get to know us, we're just normal guys, and we have, normal thoughts, and we talk to each other as normal individuals, and we do have pretty good personalities, and we are funny guys, and we do have a lot of experiences and stories that I think now that Eric's, he's going to, I think, give it a go again this year, but as we get towards the end of our career, I am at the end of my career, now we feel a little more inclined and a little more comfortable being open about just our thoughts and feelings on a bunch of different things.
Oh, see, that's I'm glad you intimated what you just shared. You just kind of threw a crouton out there, and there may be a chef salad on the other side of the equation. Here's what I mean. Is this podcast is going to catch fire, and it's going to start right now through 9 to noon, and you guys doing these things consistently. Because I'm telling you, there are a lot of podcasts out there. I don't watch a lot of them, but I think from a discerning standpoint, I've kind of learned with football what's good and what's not, and this is going to be good. What happens when Eric out of nowhere quits and plays for somebody like the 49ers?
Yeah, well, we've had those discussions. We just started working with a media team, and we're trying to make some adjustments as to our plan for when that does happen. I think that's going to be inevitable here at some point.
Really,
and I'm excited for him, and I really, I hope he does find himself at a place where he feels comfortable and wanted in terms of a team. But just because he will be probably playing at some point this season, our goal is to continue this on his off day or maybe a Monday or Tuesday when he finds some time, and he's expressed willingness to do that. Now, if that starts to interfere with his job and his occupation, and he has to give his full attention to the team in football, which is your obligation when you do sign with the team, I think we can find ways to navigate around it. And I very much will remain present. I can be able to hold down the fort to an extent until he comes back.
Yeah, I certainly would assume. With getting in your phone at all the phone numbers you have for like a guest here and a guest there, that's going to be a cinch. Now, all right, so we at YouTube, youtube.com, the YouTube app, whatever, Bent Out of Shape. That's the name of the podcast. When we started, there were 2.12 thousand subscribers. Now we're at 2.14. Okay, so we ain't messing around with this. And Anthony will join the show every so often, not only talk about this, but football, because he's good that way. But it may be a grandiose ask, but can we get a 2.2 before this interview's over in like the next 7 or 8 minutes?
I'll tell you what, PA, I know nothing about the whole YouTube space and like social media. Like I can navigate it, but this space is all so new to me. And I think that was some of the hesitancy I had in pursuing this was I thought podcasts were kind of like played out to an extent. Like who cares what do people really care what I have to say or any stories I have to tell? But at a certain point, I got past that, and I was just like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And we've been actually filming now for like 5 months, and we just officially launched last week. So while we got some reps in, we're feeling confident, we're feeling good. We have a lot of good guests upcoming tomorrow. Keep your eye out for a special guest. He might be playing on the Minnesota Vikings currently, maybe not.
What?
Yeah, we got a guy that that we filmed with recently.
Well, shit.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. If you want to see, you got to check it out tomorrow.
Okay. Well, they just signed Jamal Adams, so that's really sharp of you to get Jamal Adams on Bent Out of Shape 48 hours after he got here on a Prove It deal.
Oh man, I'm not going to say who just yet.
Oh wow. Okay. It's got to be Justin. Okay. Anyway, that's YouTube Bent Out of Shape. Subscribe to it. So jump in there, and eventually Anthony's going to understand that when he and Eric are talking, you got to say, hit that sub button, hit that bell, or the like, or whatever that thing is. Bent Out of Shape via YouTube. Let's get the back of a couple of good players and good guys. Now, with you and Eric, how and when did you guys become best friends?
Yeah, so we went to UCLA together. We signed signing day, I think 2010. So I've known him now for 16 years, and we played at UCLA together for 4 years. We were college roommates. Our first two years of college, we had like every class together. So we bonded that way. He's from Fresno. I'm from Los Angeles. He was raised by a single mom. I was raised by a single mom. So we kind of connected in that regard, kind of with our upbringing. And then I got drafted in Minnesota in 14. He got drafted in 15. We played another 8 years together in Minnesota. We both lived at LPM, Loring Park apartments, in different units for 3 years. So between just all shared experiences, shared bond, bleeding, sweating, crying with this guy, and getting to know his family, getting to know him as a person. I mean, just one of the, and Eric, just one of the best guys you can ever be around. Just always positive attitude, and just it's such a ray of light and ray of sunshine throughout any conversation you might have or any experience you might have with him. So he's a blessing in my life. It's a blessing to call him a friend, and excited to see where this thing can possibly go. I have no expectations, I'll say that. I'm excited to just, put this thing out and see how it's received. And if it's well received, then we'll keep doing it.
Okay, well, with this Bent Out of Shape podcast, YouTube, again, subscribe. We're making some memories right now and some plays, by the way, with this subscribing thing. Now, one of the few, they only have a few episodes out, but the media team with whom they're working, obviously smart. They're cutting these things up, putting YouTube shorts out, 35, 40, 50 seconds. That's what draws people in. Then you see, hey, that's AB. Hey, that's Eric Kendricks. Hey, I think I'm going to subscribe to this. That's how it works. One of the episodes is on the Vikings quarterback situation. Now, training camp begins tomorrow. They go into pads on Monday. For those who may have missed it, what did you and Eric Kendricks share about, like, Kyler Murray, J.J. McCarthy, Murray?
Yeah, we were both very excited about the Vikings signing Kyler Murray. We call him Calamari, just for whatever reason. But we're excited about them signing him. We thought that was great to take a flyer on a guy who reputation may have not been the best leaving Arizona, whether, there was some questions about his leadership and his relationships with teammates and how he was as a leader. But to be able to come into an environment like Minnesota with the coaching staff and working under KOC, and really the weapons that Minnesota has offensively is second to none, arguably the best receiving corps led by the best receiver in the NFL. He's being put into just a fantastic situation. And I think it'll be, the onus will be on him, obviously, to prove that he's still that guy, that he can still go out and make Pro Bowls and lead a team to the playoffs and hopefully to a Super Bowl, because I think he has all the potential in the world. He's shown that he can in the past. And then on the flip side of that, you have the competition that you're bringing in for J.J. McCarthy, who didn't have the greatest, obviously lost his rookie year with the injury, didn't have the greatest rookie campaign, if you want to call it that, last season. But a guy that we're not soured on by any means. We still believe that he can be a professional football player. He can still play the quarterback position at a high level. But having competition is going to be paramount for both these guys. Not just handing the keys over and be like, okay, you got the job, because then you can let your guards down a little bit. But having to prove it every single day to not only yourself, but your teammates, the coaching staff, and the organization that, okay, we can trust this guy to go ahead and lead us, hopefully to the promised land. And I was watching Adam Thielen yesterday on NFL Live, and he did such a wonderful job. Adam's so well-spoken. And he was like, I think it's Kyler Murray's job to lose. And I think we agree with that statement. They brought this guy in to be the guy. You're not signing Kyler Murray to be a backup. That being said, he still has to prove that he's capable and he's deserving of that position. So all in all, very excited about the signing. And I think if they get just 10%, 15% more from the quarterback position than they did last year, they're a playoff contender, without a doubt, given the defense and what Brian Flores will be providing on that end.
Okay, Anthony. Now, like I said, there's a lot of hilarity, a lot of laughter, a lot of cool inside stories between Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr on this new podcast, Bent Out of Shape. You can watch it via YouTube, Bent Out of Shape. Anthony's going to sit back here for a couple of segments because one of my favorite stories, sadly, involved a bad moment from 2018. The Minnesota Vikings were playing the Buffalo Bills at U.S. Bank Stadium, and Anthony and EK discussed that game and a certain play. Here's what it sounded like on KFAN.
Allen out of the shotgun, facing a blitz. Josh steps up, plenty of room to run, leaps over a Viking to the 45, gets a first down. Excellent acrobatic effort by the rookie from Wyoming. He leapt over Anthony Barr. Could have been an 8-yard gain, not enough. He made it 11. He gets Buffalo a first down.
It turns out that play wasn't your fault. You said on the podcast that play wasn't your fault when he leapt over you. What do you mean?
No, I took no accountability for that missed tackle. Not my fault at all. Joking, obviously. But, that series, I think that was the first drive, the first series of the game, or the first series they had on offense. And we got off the field initially. But my boy Linval decided to give Josh a little extra after he released the ball. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, drive extends. We get a third down again. And that's when all hell broke loose, and I got, posterized, if you want to call it that. And the future MVP leaped over me and got a first down. And from that moment, it kind of just avalanched, and we could just never recover. Offensively, I think we played very poorly. He outran me to the corner of the end zone on one play. I think I got a face mask on him. So it was a tough day in the office for myself and for the Vikings included. I think we were huge favorites in that game, and not one of our best moments. But hey, you get got sometimes, and I think I said it on the show that if anyone were to jump over me, I'm glad it was Josh Allen, a future MVP, and not some Joe Schmo guy that was just lightning in a bottle.
Okay, now, man, there's so many things I want to talk to you about, but we're kind of on short time here. Soccer, because you're smart, okay? You and Eric are both smart. Very good at what you did. God blessed you physically and with a work desire in a way that you were able to get to the highest level and make memories. Mind-wise, not only are you a scholar of the game football-wise, but you guys are both very smart guys. Mm-hmm. So here's the point, is you're going to talk about a lot of different things outside of football. I can already tell in these episodes. For instance, who you or Eric, who thinks soccer is too expensive in America?
I think Eric brought that up. He thought the accessibility was a little difficult, especially he mentioned growing up his brother was a soccer player while he was coming up, and that it was a pretty penny for his brother Michael to get involved, and that kind of decentivized Eric from getting involved, or his mother from putting Eric in soccer as well, because the price tag on it was a little bit higher than they were able to afford at the time.
Now, they're LeBron to the Sixers. You and EK had a spirited chat, and I loved it because I wasn't even thinking about it. So with Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, who, by the way, is really good, Joel Embiid when he plays, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron. It's if you're in the Eastern Conference Finals and say you're playing Boston or whomever trying to get to the finals, who takes that big shot at the big time at the end of the game? What conclusion did you guys come to?
Well, we concluded that the ball will be in LeBron's hands. Will he take the shot? That's TBD. Historically, he always makes the correct basketball play, meaning he's going to read the court, he's going to either drive and kick, or he's going to drive and take the shot. Whatever calculates in his brain that is the most efficient play to make, he's done that throughout his career, and he's got a lot of scrutiny for not always taking the last shot. But for the most part, he makes the correct play, which either leads to a made basket and a win, or a miss in overtime, or a miss in a loss. So we also think the challenge will be integrating all these guys into one cohesive unit. There was a fact that came out that LeBron has never won a championship his first year anywhere. He didn't win it his first year in Miami. He didn't win it his first year back in Cleveland. He didn't win it his first year in LA. It's always been the year two where he kind of gets it done. And he's on a tight time frame. He's getting a little long in the tooth, and he did sign a 2-year deal. But to expect them to go out and win a championship this season, I think it's a little lofty for several reasons we stated, especially given Joel Embiid's health. Will Jaylen Brown want to be second, third fiddle when he came to Philly to kind of take the reins and left Boston because he was sick of being in Jason Tatum's shadow? Are you going to take the ball out of Tyrese Maxey's hands, who's an up-and-coming player who needs the ball in his hands? So they have a lot of question marks on that team, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to see how it shakes out. I'm still going to take the Knicks because they're reigning champs.
Honestly, who are you? I mean, that was brilliant. I mean, it's like if the LA Kings make the Western Conference Final, we got to call you to talk about some of the Kings, like playing Vancouver or something. I mean, you know everything about everything all of a sudden. This is okay, we got to go. But I want to call you.
I'm a sports junkie, PA. I'm a sports junkie. I love sport. I don't care what it is. It could be hockey. It could be Chinese basketball. I'm watching it. Yeah,
you have a game-worn Kevin Fiala sweater from his season last year with the LA Kings. Everybody in the world knows that you do. All right, I'm calling you again during training camp. I don't know what I don't know what you guys are paying this media company, but yours truly will take half because we just increased your subscribers nearly 1,000.
My God, let's go. Thank you, my God. Appreciate you.
I'll see you,
I think we're going to try and get out to training camp in the next couple of weeks. So I'll let you know.
Ooh, both you guys doing like the podcast on site?
Yeah, trying to get some boots on the ground. So we're working on that right now, and we'd love to get out there for a day or two.
But what are you going to do when the Saints call EK and he's got to run down there?
Well, then he can go down there, and I'll stay up in Minnesota, and he can deal with the 120-degree humidity in New Orleans.
Eric ain't playing with no Saints. All right, talk to you soon. See you later.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, likewise. Bye-bye. That's man.
So good.
Oh, he's awesome. They're both awesome. Now that they're talking, they're awesome. They talk.
No, the podcast is good, and yeah, specifically with Anthony. I mean, you were here, and I've been with you really through their entire career. 2014, joined you, and we draft Anthony, trying to figure out, coming out of nowhere, Anthony Barr. Who is this guy? Remember how quiet he was? I mean, just think about during his playing days, trying to get that kind of conversation out of Anthony as he's kind of matured and grown and opened up. Anthony Barr is awesome, and those two together. You mentioned, he went down the road to their friendship with Kendricks. That dynamic duo, they blessed us with a lot of awesome plays, and now they're doing it in the podcast world. Super cool that they're a part of the Vikings family.
Podcast is money. And speaking of money, we got some money to give away within the next 30 minutes, courtesy of Northern Fire to a talkback. But we got the cash thing right now.
Yeah, the Fan and BigDeck.com want to give you a chance to win some bonus bucks with the National Cash Contest. Go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword fun. It'd be fun to win something, right? A little walking around money with the keyword fun. Just go to KFAN.com.
This is 9 to noon, live on iHeartRadio and KFAN, The Fan.
From the one.
Hey, PA and that producer, Curtis from Lenexa, Kansas here, listening to an iHeart app. My memories about the 16 and 17 games at the bank are both border battles in those seasons. 16 was the opener on Sunday Night Football, where they honored Prince and also beat the Packers. And my memory of 17 was obviously when Roger's shoulder got busted and the Vikings beat the Packers once again. So those are really good memories for me. Enjoy the show. Thanks.
Talkback machine on a Talker Tuesday, thanks to my buddies at Northern Fire Grilling and Barbecue Supply. The website, northernfirebbq.com. You can buy stuff online. You can buy stuff there. Or you can just go to their showroom in Minnetonka. The best in barbecue, most certainly.
I like the Jamal Adams signing. And yes, the Vikings are definitely a playoff team. We win 12 games this season. That's what I said.
12 games. Sensing a trend here.
Best moment at U.S. Bank in the first 3 seasons, other than the miracle, was when A. Barr knocked out Juicy A-Rod.
Oh, come on with that. What are we doing? We can't root for injury here at 9 to noon. Let me see here. Talkback machine, free iHeartRadio app. Let's hear this.
What up, PA? Nardo? Ben, you're probably gone by now. My biggest concern with the splitting of the reps is they play so differently. Are we going to have 2 different playbooks and game plans when each of them are out there? Or are we just going with KOC's thing, which might not suit either of them? Somewhat of a damned if you do and damned if you don't. But we got to do something.
Splitting of the reps with Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy. They do play a little bit differently, or historically. I guess, using the legs of one Mr. Murray. And they're going to be on the field this week, so we're going to start getting those answers.
Let's pay off 16 and 18.
Yes, indeed. 10 in 10 seasons at U.S. Bank Stadium. And we're going to do 2016. 2017 was, we know what happened in 2017. That one was easy. Yes.
So 10 memorable football moments from 10 years at U.S. Bank Stadium. So do we want to make it all Vikings, or because the Josh Allen over Barr is the most memorable moment from 2018?
2018. Well, I got a few options for you. Although yes, him leaping.
But you see what I'm saying? Do we want to make it where maybe we were on the wrongs? Like maybe it was 2016. The Golden Tate overtime, Rhodes and Smith almost run into each other.
That was 2016.
Yeah, so that's
the overtime play, and what was it? Prater from 59 just dropping a bomb on us to tie the game.
Right. I mean, so the question is, does it have to be Vikings positivity or Vikings memories, or is it the most memorable moment from the building?
I was kind of rolling. The way my mind was working is each season I was trying to identify what the coolest, most positive thing from that season was.
I agree, but I just wanted to throw it out there for you.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're fair and balanced.
Now I don't want to go down that road. Remember, Dallas 26, was that 2016 as well, where Zimmer had the eye thing?
Yeah, what do you want to make
2016 or 2018? Prime time and
Thielen muffs the punt.
Thielen muffs a punt.
Yeah, you want to make it that because now he's on NFL Live and we need to humble him.
Jeremiah Searles with the false start on the 2-point conversion. So now we're trying it from the 7. And was it Bradford incomplete to Jerick McKinnon, and you lose the game. Speaking of muffin punts, did he muff one 2018 against the Saints as well? That primetime game we lost 30-20?
Oh, jeez.
See, I don't want to go down this road.
You're right. There are too many.
There are too many.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Let's stick with 2016. We talked about it yesterday, and, the highlight of Trey Waynes sealing the inaugural.
We're on short time. Stop.
Okay, all right.
That's you usually talking to me. I'm now saying it to you. Come on.
All right, fair enough. Okay, 2016, we have Trey Waynes sealing the victory in the border battle. It was the first victory at U.S. Bank Stadium.
All right, now wait. You started, and when you do things like this that I can't stop. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to narrowcast now.
All right.
Between you and I.
Yeah.
But when I got this recent news about this Giants preseason trip.
Yeah.
My first text was not to you, WHY ?
Right.
It was to somebody with the Minnesota Vikings talking about a seat request on the flight out there and back and who I want to sit next to.
I always love that one.
You understand what I'm saying here? Okay. The first thing that came to mind is I got JW next to me, right? I got JW next to me. Oh, wait, he ain't going, is he? And Seahawk who's not going? Is J-Dub going?
J-Dub's not going to be there either.
And no Seahawk?
And no Seahawk.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh.
This is unbelievable. It's the worst flight I've ever had. No! I don't even want to call the game now.
No!
I might walk home. Or I might take an Uber and just pay the $13,000. Anyway, let's go. Go ahead.
You have the game sealer with Trey Waynes, week 2.
Yeah, nice to Abbott, J-Dub, and Hockey to care about the preseason.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway.
You also had week 5, this from Marcus Sherrills.
Osweiler, 2 of 8, 7 yards. Leckler's punt incredibly high. Marcus heels on the 20, heads to the left. Sherrills corralled at the 25. Where is he? No. He gets loose to the 40. And Marcus Sherrills is gone! Touchdown, Vikings!
So we got a 79-yard punt return week 5 in a blowout of the Houston Texans. It was like 31-13.
Yep.
Later in the season, we start 5-0, then we fall to 5-4. Everything's getting negative. We need a victory, and the Arizona Cardinals are in town. X marked the spot.
Carson Palmer, 7 of 13, 96 yards. Puts Michael Floyd to the right, Larry Fitzgerald Jr. to the left. John Brown slot left, 3rd and goal from the 9. Carson Palmer puts Fitzgerald in motion. He has Andre Ellington to his right. Takes the snap on 3rd and goal. Carson fires left, intercepted, and it's picked off by Terrence Newman.
What?
And he speeds to the 30, to the 40. He's inside the check by Xavier Rhodes, to the 30, 20. Flags on the field. It's a 101-yard touchdown by Xavier Rhodes, and X marks the spot at U.S. Bank Stadium.
It was a beautiful play on the doorstep, the pick 6. But that was 101 yards. This guy went 104.
Minnesota leads by 3. Here comes Chandler. Boom! And away goes the opening kick of the second half. Here comes Cordero, 4 yards deep near side. Angles to the 5, comes to the near side to the 15 to the 20. Goes to the left to the 30. And he's loose! Cordero Patterson is gone! It's a 104-yard kick return touchdown by Cordero Patterson, the 5th of his career, which ties him with Percy Harvin for most in the history of the team. No flags on the play. Minnesota strikes to begin the second half.
All right, so quickly before we go to 2018, PA.
Okay, so that's it. So we got Wayne's, Cheryl's, X marks the spot, Cordero Patterson. Am I missing one?
No, that's it. It was a tough 2016,
okay,
PA.
So I'm going to be judge and jury.
Yes.
But you get to, in covenant court-like fashion, formulate cases against my decision if you don't like my decision.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so the answer for the most memorable U.S. Bank Stadium moment in 2016 is Marcus Sherrill's punt return against the Houston Texans. And here's why. Because anytime you tie set a record or last to something, that means it was uber significant.
Yes.
Trey Waynes beating Green Bay in the first game of the stadium. Yes, memorable, but they've beaten Green Bay, and we've had interceptions. We've had pick sixes like Rhodes or Newman or Rhodes. The last punt, that was the last punt return touchdown.
That was it.
The team has had.
That is correct.
We haven't had a punt return touchdown since the one Con played. So I'm saying now Cordero tied Percy's team record at 5, but he didn't set it.
No, he did not.
So my vote, or judge and jury, says Marcus Sherrill's punt return touchdown against Houston. Does the defense rest? Thank you. Thank you.
I will tell you.
2018.
Yeah, the judge on the bench will agree. The barrister made a terrific case, as you did. The fact that I don't have a freaking highlight of the Trey Waynes interception is really what tipped the scale for me. The first victory in the history of U.S. Bank Stadium.
What am I going to do on those flights?
It's going to be
already freaking out about it.
It's going to be a problem. So we got Marcus Sherrill. 2016 is handled. 2017 is a miracle. We know that. 2018. How about week 1?
Niners 3 of 7 on third down, 3rd and 8 from their own 20. Garoppolo short drop, passes right. It's intercepted inside the 25. Mike Hughes touchdown! Welcome to the NFL, Mike Hughes. The Vikings lead 16-3.
So in an 8-7-1 season, PA, we opened up. Nobody was going to stop us after the miracle season, etc. The miracle game, flop at Philly, and into 2018, we got a fresh facility. We're feeling great about ourselves. Kirk Cousins, our QB, and we beat Jimmy G and the Niners, and Mike Hughes, a rookie corner, gets that pick 6. But then we tie Daniel Carlson and the Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
Then we had the Bills game that we talked about with AB. Then we had the Rams game where AB was stuck trying to cover Robert Woods. We had a lot of those games throughout the season. So maybe after John DeFilippo unceremoniously let go, and now it's Stefanski's offensive operation, what about this?
1st and 15 from the Dolphins, 21. Cousins from under center, hands it to Dalvin. He spins away from the Dolphin at the 15. And it's loose inside the 5. Touchdown! 2 rushing touchdowns today from the Miami native Dalvin Cook. And it's 40-17 Minnesota.
So that's a potential memory. We dropped 40 points, 220 rushing yards against the Miami Dolphins late in that season. That was week 15. But I think I have the answer for 2018. I think this one's actually pretty easy. And it comes from a former pass rusher setting records.
2nd and 10 from the 11. Stafford, shotgun, 5-step drop, blustered, and he is sacked! And that's a team record! 10 sacks today for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well done.
And Danielle Hunter has 3.5. Congratulations, Danielle. You should be the NFC Defensive Player of the Week with that touchdown and 3.5 sacks. Well done, young man.
How about that? 10 sacks as a team. Danielle had 3.5 of them, and you referenced the touchdown, and it sounded like this.
2nd and 14. Stafford out of the shotgun, back to pass. Claustrophobic. He gets away from the rush of Danielle Hunter. Now he flips it to Kerryon Johnson. Yes, it is a fumble, and it's picked up by the Minnesota Vikings. And rolling into the end zone, it is Danielle Hunter for a 32-yard touchdown.
Poopy Dave on the number.
Poopy Dave on the number, stoic as he is. I think Danielle Hunter getting that sack, setting a team record, is probably, sadly, an 8-7-1 season. I think that was the pinnacle moment.
So how many for 18 do you have?
I have Mike Hughes pick 6. Yep. I have Dalvin Cook in that 21-yard touchdown, and Pete Burst is going, oh, when he does the spin move. And then Danielle Hunter in the 10 sacks. So a total of 4 I found.
Let's make it 5. It's not you egregiously it's not that you've egregiously missed one, but I do think you missed one.
Oh.
2018 home game. Put this one in the mix.
This is 3rd and 15 with Kirk out of the shotgun, 3 receivers left. Oh, Kirk threw an interception. He threw it to the left side, picked off Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he's gone. The rookie from Alabama, 2010 touchdown. It's a 49-yard touchdown return by Minkah Fitzpatrick, his first National Football League touchdown.
Oh, man. How many did he have with the purple? I got to look that up now, because what was it, Joe Schobert? Does that name ring a bell?
I'm trying to. Schubert might have been that linebacker for Indy who ran the block punt in the 33-0 game.
Oh my goodness, he had a pick 6 in that later in that game because Jalen Reagor apparently ran the wrong route.
So judge and jury from 2018. Wow, you picked some good ones. Judge and wow, we ended up with the Mike Hughes Memorial Field. Danielle Hunter's sack, because it was 3.5 sacks for him.
Yep.
But it led for a team record in sacks in a game. So again, memorable moments. We are looking for things that involved last time it happened.
Yeah.
Or this set some kind of a memory-making record. And 2017 set Minneapolis Miracle. Don't add us. So I mean, you like it? You really like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Oh, we got 16, 17, and 18 set, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know why you chose the Minkah Fitzpatrick one. Did the P.J. Williams pick 6 in that Saints game didn't move you enough? You had to pick Minkah?
It was an accident.
Ooh, Eddie Jackson, but I think that was at Chicago. Never mind. So P.J. Williams and Minkah that year.
All right, 16, 17, and 18 covered.
Got to figure it out.
We're going to do some tomorrow, some Thursday, and we're going to reveal the entire top 10 for the 10 most memorable moments from the first 10 years of Vikings football at U.S. Bank Stadium on the Friday Football Feast. The Owl Roofing postgame is next.
You're listening live to Paul Allen at 9 to noon on iHeartRadio and FM.
These are the wise new owls in the roofing and siding business. Give them a gander and give them a look at owlroofing.com.
OwlRoofing.com. Some things that we learned today, podcastable with the free iHeartRadio app. You heard it there in the iHeartRadio update during the break. Jamal Adams joining the team. What does it mean, and to what degree? Check in with Ben Gessling during the 10 a.m. hour, running through some memories as we've been doing from a stadium standpoint. You'll catch up, but also get the Scribe's thoughts on that. What's ahead of him with the coach and the general manager speaking to the media later today.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, camp kicking off in earnest this week as well.
Here's a key today.
Yeah.
We need Teasley to be long-winded, because then that means double Vikes Bites tomorrow, KO in one segment, old GM in another.
Camp cuts. Anthony Barr, it was fun to catch up with him on his podcast, Bent Out of Shape. You can find that on YouTube. We bumped up that subscriber count pretty well during that segment. But here are his thoughts on the purple, and just a good Covenant catch-up with him. And then we learned also via the Talkback machine on a Talker Tuesday, a lot of fans remembering fondly of Anthony Barr injuring Aaron Rodgers during the 2017 season at U.S. Bank Stadium.
Well, that's right.
We don't root for injuries 9 to noon.
No.
But certainly getting your minds working in terms of some fun moments, 10 over 10, 10 seasons at U.S. Bank Stadium. But on a Talker Tuesday, as we wrap up the postgame, brought to you by Owl Roofing, owlroofing.com. That brings us to Northern Fire and a Talker Tuesday Talkback winner who's going to get a $25 gift card to Northern Fire. Use it in store in Minnetonka or northernfirebbq.com. But I love this. This was an inventive way to get your attention, PA. Let's listen.
Hi, Paul. This is Todd Looney again. I was wrong on my dates about our fantasy football draft. We're actually doing it on the 3rd. It is in Bloomington. And again, it's our 30th year. We call ourselves the Good Old Boys. And it would be awesome just to have you come, say hi, shake some hands, hold some babies, and say hi to the fellas. And we'll keep it pretty low-key. It's 12 of us.
So I don't know what you're doing on the 3rd, but it's in Bloomington, and it's the Good Old Boys.
Which 3rd, August or September?
I assume it's August 3rd.
Okay, well.
That's a Monday. It's Pad's Day, isn't it?
If you're not going to offer an appearance fee, at least, tickle the ivories or pique the interest with some food.
What's the spread situation?
We got the con coming over. We have a Traeger. He's going to make the meat.
Yes.
We're going to give you this to announce all the picks in our draft. And then we got like a 4% chance. So I appreciate the thought. May God bless you and all of your families. And that does the Northern Fire Talkback winner of the day. Appreciate you, my man. All right, see you tomorrow.
See you, man.
Yep, thank you very much for listening, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Vikings training camp begins tomorrow, which means we are starting all over again. Learn more about that when we rise and shine at 9 at FM 100.3 KFAN. Here comes the program on your favorite station. Bye.
9 to noon.
If it's good news or money, leave a message.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
From the 1-800-ASK Gary Traffic Center. This report is sponsored by Gens Ryan Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
West